Hey fam, let's make this as quick as possible. There have been a lot of Kevin Samuel fakers copying him since he's died, coming on here telling women that their value is zero because they have children, because they're aging, blah, 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 blah. First and foremost, let's just say that everybody ages, including men, and no amount of money is going to fix your erectile dysfunction, uh, that big belly that men tend to get, big old beer belly when they get older, the balding, yeah, illnesses galore, high blood pressure, gout, arthritis, blah, 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 things like that. Um, the death rate for older men, middle aged and such and on up, is higher than for us middle aged women on up. Yeah, so uh, the quality of an older man, if we're going to use age as a value to judge value, yeah, it decreases for him too. So stop getting on these podcasts, is bashing women and saying all these things. Yes, I'm chunky. Yes, I am. And I got a husband too. And he loves me. And I'm not saying being overweight is a good thing, but it does not leave you by yourself in the dark somewhere crying, longing for a man, because we get love too, whether y'all know it or not. Quiet as it's kept, we get love too. I'm thankful to God that everybody doesn't have the same mindset. But you guys out here pushing that nonsense, pushing that narrative, telling women they are nothing because they had children and they were single moms. I was a single mom. Started out married. The marriage did not work. I raised my two daughters with the help of my God. Honey, I was valuable the whole time. All along, I was always of value. Your value comes from the love of God Almighty. People cannot tell you what your value is. You need to know what your worth is. It is important that we know what our worth is. Nobody can take that from you, and nobody can rate you on that. Stop listening to these foolish people. Because they don't like something doesn't mean somebody else won't. And because they do like something doesn't mean somebody else is going to like it. We differ. We are so different. All men don't think the same. All women don't think the same. What the heck you rusty old men think some young women want from you besides what's in your pocket? What about as you're aging, someone to help you along in life, someone to grow old with, someone who has same views and ideas and lived a little because y'all could talk about the same things that y'all been through when you were a child. Connection counts, not just in the bed. Because, honey, them young girls ain't going to stick around with no old rusty old man who's declining in every way. Trust and believe. They're going to get what they can get. And they're going to be messing around with the next young man using your money while they messing around with him. So stop coming at women with all this foolish yada, yada, yada about they don't have worth. There are plenty of single mothers who have been married and had these men come in and take care of their children as if they were theirs and raise them up and still in their lives today. And there are many people talking about it. Y'all make it look like there's a bubble of these picky people who feel like they're so perfect and they got it going on, and I'm not accepting anything less than myself because I deserve this. Who told you you deserve anything just because you're in shape and got a couple of dollars? Who told you you were worthy? What about your character? What about your righteousness levels? What about that? There's other things that count. What about your personality? Are you cocky, egotistical, narcissistic? What are you? Why are you such of great wealth? And somebody had a baby, and you men tend to forget. Women don't get pregnant alone. Ain't none of us had a baby by ourselves. None of us. And so, you going around calling women trash and saying they are of little value, but you stuck your such and such in their such and such and created a life. Then you walked off and disappeared into the sunset. Maybe made another woman pregnant, and another, and another, and another. What about these brothers? Huh? What about these bums? Not to mention, sometimes women do make poor choices. You see them for what they are and you still go for it. But what about those men who are great liars? Oh, they good. Some of them are really good. They've practiced. They probably stood in the mirror and looked at themselves and convinced themselves. And then they were able to convince women who are lonely and really looking for love. using women, mistreating them, dogging them out, using them for their money, for sex. Then when they get pregnant, you telling them you love them and all of that. Next thing you know, you're dumping them. So now they have a baby because they trusted that they were going to have a relationship